What's up everybody, it's KB the Dragon. If you see my review of Ager Scepter, I told you that this weapon had insane synergy with the stasis subclasses. So I'm going to show you 3 builds you can use to take Agers to the next level. So let's start with the Hunter class and the build Grim Scepter. Starting with the aspects, let's start with the foundation of the build, Grim Harvest. Grim Harvest allows you to create stasis shards when you defeat slowed or frozen targets. This is very important since the entire build revolves around collecting and creating as many shards as possible thanks to the mod Elemental Shards. Elemental Shards allow your stasis shards to count as elemental wells in PvE and Gambit modes. Collecting these wells activates multiple mods to get the build rolling, and those mods are Fallen Wisdom and Fallen Might. These mods give you some amazing effects. Fallen Wisdom gives you 5 tiers of intellect for free for 30 seconds, giving you breathing room for the rest of your stats, since you only need 5 tiers and Wisdom will just take care of the rest. Might, on the other hand, gives you a 25% damage increase for all of your stasis weapons, making Agers more powerful so it can freeze and create more shards. After collecting these shards, you get a 5-second cooldown, but collecting more after the cooldown will reset the timer for all of these benefits. So as long as you're creating new wells every 5 seconds, you can continue to get the benefits from Wisdom and Might. You can also increase the base time of those mods by using another stasis mod called Time Dilation. Time Dilation can be stacked, but for this build, we're only going to use one. At 1 copy, Dilation adds 3 seconds to Might's effect and 5 seconds to Wisdom, giving you more room to keep the effects going as long as possible. Next up, the second aspect you're going to be using is called Touch of Winter, which improves the function of your grenades. Specifically, it's going to be Cold Snap for this build. Touch of Winter gives the grenade the ability to chain to one or more enemies as well as create stasis crystals. This gives your grenade the ability to freeze more people, which powers all of your fragments. The fragments that benefit from an enhanced Cold Snap grenade are the Whisper of Bonds and Fissures. Defeating frozen targets grants you super energy, getting you faster to use Ager's Catalyst as often as possible. Fissures, on the other hand, increases shatter damage from defeated frozen targets, allowing you to tear through groups of ass with ease. Defeating those frozen targets gets Grim Harvest to work, making those stasis shards that will now grant you Overshield thanks to the Whisper of Rhyme. The Overshield lasts for 10 seconds, and collecting more shards gives you more shield, and it even resets the 10-second counter. And our last fragment will be Conduction, that allows shards to move to you so you don't have to think about picking them up. Now that we have the subclass built, it's time to show off the armor that we're going to pair with Agers. And that armor is the Star Eater Scales. Scales have an interesting ability called Feast of Light. Feast of Light has 2 effects. Picking up orbs of power gives you additional super energy, and while your super is charged, if you collect an orb, your super will become more powerful. Also, when you cast a super, you get a healing burst, and if you collect 8 orbs, you'll also get an overshield as well. This exotic essentially allows you to speed towards having Ager's Catalyst being usable as often as possible. So with Scales in combination with Whisper of Bonds, and the orbs generated from Ager's being masterwork, the wait to use Ager's super mode is almost non-existent. There are even certain artifact mods in Season 15 that makes this build even better. If you're watching this video past Witch Queen's release, just check your artifact and see if these mods are available. Those mods are the Well of Potency and Thermoclastic Blooming. Starting with Well of Potency, this mod allows wells that match your subclass to give you more super energy, which means that all of the shards that you create with Grim Harvest will count as stasis elemental wells, which will now feed your super. On the other hand, Thermoclastic Blooming is another beast entirely. This mod lets you create orbs of power on stasis melee kills. This works extremely well with Withering Blade, since it can rip through trash mods, creating a lot of orbs that Scales can use to speed up that supercharge. Since the Shuriken can chain to multiple targets, these defeats even create stasis shards thanks to Grim Harvest, making the build's synergy insane. The rest of your mods should be used to keep as much ammo as possible for Agers, so the usual Trace Rifle Finder, Reserves, and Scavengers are absolutely needed for this build. This build has many ways to speed towards the end goal of abusing Ager's Catalyst as much as possible. It's insanely fun to use and draws out the potential of the Ager Scepter. If you like this build, let me know in the comments. Also, if you have a better combination of fragments or aspects or some other synergy not listed here, please let us know in the comments. The beauty of this weapon is how well it works with Stasis Kit. Next up are the Warlocks, so make sure you subscribe if you want to see how the locks can draw out the potential of Agers. Thanks for your time, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.